Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. Uh, a lot of the things are coming up. You may feel intense energies that it's coming. Um, Probably facing similar stuff. Uh, there's gonna be some shift of the moon that is gonna go. But that shift, it's gonna come that the moon, it's gonna be meeting with the south node, which is gonna be the past. Here is about this energy is going to be so interesting. So the authority is going to come as a self with the communications, which is that's going to be a Mercury, and this is what this picture represents. If you picture it, the moon as the child, and you picture yourself as the sun, in there, that lion that represents the self, and you both communicate in there with all this empowerment, all this spirit that it's coming with this. It's gonna be a lot of interesting energies coming out of this. We're gonna be seeing it. It's preparations for tomorrow. I'm gonna be talking to you about later on, pretty much the end of the report. So stick around for that, because there's gonna be energies of today that we are gonna be seeing the reflections of tomorrow. It's kind of like a interesting those kind of situations, particularly we're talking about after the Valentine's Day. People can have this past relationship. This person didn't call that person, or this person I didn't get nothing from that, or so on and so on. However, in your case, that might be. But if you're leading towards only towards your emotions, particularly coming in from the lower body, those energies is gonna come. I hope you had a great Valentine's Day. I hope that you were able to see the power of the love. I was looking at Venus and I posted on a Facebook. It's very beautiful, shining bright in there. You to see it. But talking about the astronomy and the astrology in there, everyone knew your destiny is written where in the stars. So here is my advice to you. That is gonna be I'm gonna be starting right off the bat up here. Don't make any kind of like a um, premature actions on a base what you feel, particularly of the way that Mars is. You may gonna feel like a Mars is kind of like a fed up. Come on, I gotta move. I gotta go. I gotta get. I'm tired of this. I want something to happen. I want something in there, and this energy is gonna start increasing it today, and by tomorrow we are gonna be. I'm gonna show you later on in the chart. But tomorrow that energy is gonna be off the chart. Okay, and are you able to handling things when they're not good? Are you able to handling heavy energies? Are you able to handling the situations is in there, particularly when it's gonna be coming in for a relationship? At 7 o'clock in the morning, the moon is gonna be at 27 degrees of Virgo. She still is gonna be there, but that is gonna be this beautiful divine energies with the sun, and that's what this picture was representing as the child, that intuition that has to go and figure the things out. That is a what the sun is representing, is this power that says like, you know what, you're like this and this, but you can getting better, go find and figure things out and this. But you're the same person, and sometimes it's very hard when it comes in to those kind of like a particular energies, if you have to talk into yourself like that. So the triggers is gonna be beginning to be a strong, particularly as the moon is gonna be moving today through this end of Virgo, beginning of Libra, because she's going to be coming out of this oppositions with Neptune and the North Node, and then she's going to be opposing the Moon, opposing Venus, I'm sorry. And as the Moon, it's going to be coming over there at Libra. What do you usually do? You're blaming your partner, you're blaming your close one, you're blaming relationships. And this is what is going to be those vibes. Are you going to be able to handle it? Okay? Because that is the part when you become strong. But you handle those intense energies, but with what? With the proper authority, which is the Sun and the Mercury is going to have a beautiful, I mean, this is a beautiful transitions from Virgo to Libra. We're talking about you finish the work within yourself, you're a healed person, you are ready to go and enter relationship with others. That's what that portal between Virgo and Libra is the same time as the portal that is like, my soul is ready, I'm ready to move, I'm ready to embody my soul to have a body. And that is that transitions from Pisces into Aries. Okay, so now within this intense shifts, you're going to be seeing it a lot of things. A lot of things can come out on the surface. A lot of things can be as a triggers. That all depends what is. But as a 7 o'clock in the morning, the midheaven is going to be at Sag. That is going to be opposing Jupiter. Have you been mature, grow, to have this friendliness within yourself? Can you use the friendliness between your communications, yourself as a leading part of self, and your intuition, wherever your intuition is leading you? Don't forget about it. The intuition, it is like your compass. You tell, I need this, and go in there. You're watching the compass. That's how it was back in the days. But before that, what did the people did? I have to go there. It's too late. It's in the dark. Oh, okay. I know where the North Star is. It's kind of gonna be looking at. I know where this star is. I need to go that way. That's kind of was. Okay. And it says the moon is gonna be going within the intuition. Please refrain from any intense actions. Doesn't matter how much Mars will push you through. Okay. All right, let's go. All right. Ascendant is going to be at 8 o'clock with Saturn. The learning is going to be with Mars. The midheaven is going to be at Sag, and that's going to be a T-square with the North Node, Neptune, and the Moon. You're going to feel it. Okay? You're going to feel it, that intensity. But it's the same time, the same midheaven. It is sextile with Lilith. We talked about the Lilith in the past few days. It's about your chest that you need to open from within. And that energy also is going to be a great sextile with the Sun and Mercury. Basically, it's going to tell you, look at what you're telling yourself and look where you're supposed to go. Because the moon, it's going to be going on there. All right. But for right now, it is about how you're going to be communicating within you. This is going to be some interesting because this is a divine energies between Aquarius and what? And Virgo. We are talking about innovating things. Yes, when you innovate yourself, you fix heal yourself, now you are ready. And that's what these divine energy correlations are working between Aquarius and Virgo. All right, next hour. We're gonna have some Chiron is on the ascendant, the midheaven. It's gonna be at Capricorn. That is a part of the growth. I mean that midheaven opposing Mars and squaring Venus. That is the one thing that you might gonna get really triggered. Okay, that energies between Mars and Venus at that time can create a lot of things, but can you be able to just for a minute is like, wait a minute, that's not what I like, that's not what I want. I don't want to be in these positions to have these intense energies. Do you want to have that positions? No, I don't want. Then what it is? It is the collective trigger. Okay, that triggers to point out the past situations that were not healed. As we are going to see it from the ascendant, that it's very close with Chiron, that divine energies towards the moon is going to come out. Because if your intuition is still acting on the unhealed wounds, guess what? They have to be healed. It's kind of like you're going to be feel like you're on a pressure cooker. It's kind of like the last minute fix it up, or you last minute you have to heal things. Last minute you have to feel this something that needs to be processed, and you don't know what it is. And since the moon is meeting the south node, oh my God, it could be something from what you did 5 years ago, something which you did in a past relationship, something you could have done 10,000 lifetimes ago. Okay, who knows? But you need to understand the past is past. As long as you are processing that energy that currently comes into you in the current present moment of time, all of a sudden that past is going to be released because they're correlated. Okay, they're correlated. At some point of time, that energy from the north node, which is the mouth of the snake, came to you, and now it's coming out of the tail. But you are in the tail, and you're like, well, I don't like this. Did you hate it? Did you get through it? Did you get that experience in there? This is what you have to see. So when you're processing the old situations in there, things is gonna get much more clear. All right, another Capricorn midheaven we are gonna have in the next hour, talking about those unhealed wounds in there. I'm kind of like tired of it and looking at in this. I can understand why Mars is fed up, and he's been a retrograde, and everyone is feeling it. It's like, come on, come on. How long is it gonna be? What is going to be? Come on, come on. And you feel these pressures, right? They're not that bad right now today, but tomorrow there are gonna be some. Yeah, that push is gonna be strong. Oh my God, yes. All right, talking about today though, ascendant is with Uranus. Okay, sudden changes is gonna come into the material world, but they have to be a cardinal changes. Okay, those cardinal changes, as you know, the Uranus is divine energies with Lilith, and you're gonna be seeing at that point of directions from within you. We talk about these hidden parts inside of you. You hide the bad things that you are within yourself because you know them, you hide them, right? But you're doing the same thing with the good stuff within you. As a good that you can get, so this old heavy stuff that is not gonna be there. And that's gonna be triggered a lot of about, because it is about what? Relationships with others. However your relationships is, next could be a romantic, spiritual, political, business, friendship, situationship, however it's in your case. All right, next hour we have the midheaven is going to be with Pluto. Pluto is supporting currently the south node, and the moon is interesting energies because instead of opposing Venus, it's going to be helping in there with that transition, that transformations isn't the positions. Usually when the moon it is opposing Venus, a lot of daughter-mother situationships. Things can be really triggered, and particularly that there are areas, Libra, OMG, myself, you not, and so on and so on. And since the north node and the south nodes, they're very close to each other in that positions, this could be the past and the future that it comes in all alone. So if you have some triggers, they you better have to figure something out. And that figuring something out is going to be coming from what? From the self, from the authority, from your ego. You have to be overcome those. Okay. So with this self energies that is going to be, it's going to be a lot of good things coming out, because the midheaven, it's trining with Jupiter. Let's be a friends. Can we be a friends? Something coming up here, talking about the minions, how they can be a friends and they all, well, okay, yeah, we can all be a friends. All right, talking about the next hour, this is gonna be at noon. The midheaven is gonna be at Aquarius. Uh, that squaring with Uranus can be, you don't like the changes, you don't like that you have to change, you don't like all of a sudden the things you're facing, you don't like the things that all of a sudden the universe is serving to you. Dear universe, I would like to order a pizza. I hear it's coming a soup, and he's like, where is my pizza? And the universe, you need to eat soup, but I don't want the soup. No, you have to eat it. Right? So there's gonna be some kind of like a surprises to this, but if you ate the soup is gonna be giving you this proper ways, in a way. And I'm gonna be talking about this a little bit because that soup, it was ordered by who? It was ordered by Saturn. Saturn is sextiling Uranus, and Uranus is trining the moon. The moon, it is trining Neptune there. But at the same time, the moon in the south node is with who? Divine energies with self. So here is how that came out. Okay, the wisdom that is gonna be coming in on these positions, you to understand that sometimes you're gonna be receiving and you're not gonna understand why you're receiving this, but after you take it, you will understand it was a gift. Okay, it was a gift. All right, next hour. The midheaven is going to be in Pisces, squaring Uranus, as the ascendant is going to be very close to Mars. As I said, pay attention to this Mars because he's fed up. In there, people are already kind of like an edge. Come on, this should have been over. This should have been done. Yeah. All right, but the growth is going to be some challenges, and the friendliness that it's within you. Try not to have so many conflicts with people. Be always friendly, okay? But use that divine energies between the moon and the sun and Mercury to explore the divine side of you, to explore the divine ways of talking with others, to make it this divine putting in the priority, because the priority of the divine has been put into the back burner. I have to go to work. I have to drop the kids. I have to do a laundry. I need to cut the grass. Man, how about the divine? And I already had to, right? You need to make up the time, particularly within yourself. Otherwise, the divine's gonna make a time for you. All right. With that being said, here the midheaven is going to be at divine energies with Lilith. Things is going to be come out. There's going to be some as Mars is rising in the horizon. That energy squaring Lilith is going to be like, but I don't see it. I don't see this within myself. I don't see how can I be open into the divine. I don't look at it. I don't understand. But you're feeling it. If you explain why you're feeling those energies, but you don't have then explanations, but you're feeling it, you know it's there, right? So, because the lesson there is there, it reminds me about the ending of the movie God is Not Dead in there. And try not to be like that, okay? Just being acting from those wounds and doing these things and so on. If you guys don't understand, I highly suggest you. It's a very beautiful movie, very beautiful. Even if you don't have to be attached to a religion, okay? But it's a very, very beautiful movie to watch, to learn a lesson. All right. The next hour, the midheaven is gonna be with Venus pointing out that intense energies towards the moon. And the moon it's already at Libra. Ascendant is at Leo. That is this divine energy is gonna be pointing out towards Mercury. Communicate. What did the oneself will communicate or is the one self is going to be facing Pluto. You see, Pluto is the hidden God. You know, like the good way that he gives you, he's going to turn around and gives you the bad way. That's how he is. He's the unseen. He's controlling everything behind the scene. He sees where you are, he sees what you need, and knows what to do. But at the same time, he's giving you the power. It's like, here, I'm giving you this and that, and it's up to you to change. Because if you don't change, you're gonna suffer. But if you change, you're gonna be happy. What should you choose? And now with that energies in there, things is gonna be start moving a little bit forward. But the midheaven, it's gonna be put again. Pressures is on Mars. All right, stay on your toes, control yourself, hold yourself, count to 10, however that may works for you. All right. The next hour, 4 o'clock, the midheaven, it's gonna be opposing Lilith. Of course, the end of the Aries when it grows up is like, well, you don't have this great relationship with me, then we are done, we're over. That kind of like change is gonna be needed. But people who has not change of this, because you all have areas. I'm not talking about particularly generally about areas. You guys have to understand that in astrology, this kind of like a general descriptions about the zodiac signs in there. They have, kind of like a general information, but something you did not probably you don't know about it. That they say that the Aries and Taurus is not comparable, but if they have anything that it's in a very powerful positions somewhere, we're talking about somewhere in the Libra, and you have those energies in there, now they can have this yachts, all right? They can have these divine energies of planets within, and that can bring the relationships not to good, to great. But that's applied to all the zodiac signs. It applies to Taurus, Gemini, to Gemini, Cancer, Cancer, Leo. Okay, so something you are gonna be learning with this. That's why the astrologers are taking what? Your date of birth, personal chart. All right, get to know your chart. All right, 5 p.m. The midheaven, it's gonna be at Taurus material situations. Mars is looking at for making some dough, money, security, and providing anything because he's working with the Cancer's energies. A lot of emotions. Beautiful time for this because that is it. The only aspect that the inner work is gonna be asking for. Can we fix the things in the material world? The ascendant, though, is going to be opposing the Sun and Mercury. That will put pressures in Uranus. Okay. Remind you again about the pizza in the soup. Okay. That is going to be still valid in there. Of that energies of Saturn that works with Mars right now. Okay. Maybe your Mars is kind of like tired of the soup and of this vegetable cleaning and these meditations and everything else that underneath the sun. He just wanted the pizza. And here you go. You got that beautiful soup and there, and you're like, man. But guess what? You trained yourself. I hope. All right. 6 p.m. The ascendant is gonna be with Virgo. Those divine energies that comes in from Aries, very, very beautiful, very powerful. As the midheaven is gonna be with Uranus pointing towards Lilith. There is always a divine energies that comes in and help us, guys. Always has been in there. But that oppositions that it's gonna be towards Mercury and the Sun. It's gonna be telling you like something it's out of order, something it's not properly weighed. Don't hurry up to judge things, okay? Because that's gonna be setting you up and but in a failure. But the midheaven that it's at the end of Taurus, guess what? That energy right there with the midheaven, it's beautiful with Pluto, who is in Aries, and the south node and the moon. Okay, so here we're seeing this pretty much correlations between the earth and transformations. Okay, within the air, you're gonna feeling the vibes of change. All right, the next hour, the midheaven is gonna be with Jupiter squaring the ascendant and opposing Saturn. If you don't hear it in a good way, you have to create different situations. So you go in and you try to make actions, you find that certain actions working properly. When you let go of the negative, you're hanging up to the positive, right? So that's what you need to do. That's what is the ascendant that it's telling you. As the midheaven is going to be together with Jupiter, that is going to be sextiling Venus. And guess what? Venus is sextiling Pluto. You change the transformations. It's coming your way. All right. Just pretty much this is gonna be that energy I was talking about at the beginning for tomorrow. For those of you who stayed here, I didn't left, now is the time to understand the things. And now for those who are watching the reports till the end, you guys know what I'm talking about. The ascendant is going to be with the south node and the moon. That energy right there with the midheaven that it's in Gemini, it's that opposing with Venus, is not going to be that strong as the energies is going to be coming out later on tomorrow. This energy, it is about that transformations, about I'm good, I'm great, I know myself, I can go into the relationship. I can fix everything that I need to do. This is going to be this kind of like a last squeeze in there. And that last squeeze is going to come out in the next hour. Okay, in the next hour, as that energy is going to be pointing towards Mars, here it's going to be that highly pressure. Okay, now the self have to depending only on the communications, only what it was talking, because the sun, it doesn't have any more divine energies with the moon. But tomorrow, I'm just going to give you a heads up because this is it at 9 p.m. Here is it tomorrow, that energy at 10 o'clock is going to be so intense that you are going to be throwing up, you are going to be giving up, you are going to be my relationship. That is it, just that close to your success. You see, most people, they failed just before the success, just before they got this, just before they did this, just before, just a little bit before. And Saturn is going to teach you tomorrow. Saturn is going to teach you tomorrow. He's going to be right next to you. Don't do it. Don't get it. Don't react like this. Don't create this prematurity. Grow up. You're going to find things. It's going to be there. He's going to get this. But guess what? With that kind of like intense energies of the T-square between Chiron, the moon, and Mars, we are talking about mother situations, sun, unhealed wounds. And it's going to, okay? They're going to be so strong. And Mars is like, you know what? I'm fed up with this. I don't care. I can live with my pain. I can do this. And there. It's the same case of situation. It's going to be like, I'm tired of this. I don't want this anymore. And poof, right? And Saturn is going to be like, hold your emotions. Emotions, energies in motion. And that is going to be about, we're going to be talking about this tomorrow. Okay? But as it's today, as that energy is going to be so much of this, There you go. That's what I'm talking about. We are gonna have similar energies with in the feminine energies, which is the moon. It's gonna be opposing Venus, but Mars is gonna be still being having this incredible pressure. Is the Mars is gonna be turning to a diamond? It's depending on you, depending what you'll learn with all this time. Okay, because one moment of patience can save you thousands of moments of regrets. And you know that if you were pushing that much, you would have succeeded in something in your life. If you were pushing something a little bit more out there, you could have got something. You could have achieved something. Your life could have been changed. But you failed. And now that energy is coming to you from the South Node, right? And it triggers you. I could have had that relationship, but it didn't happen. It was very close. Could have had these things, but it didn't happen. I could have had that business deal, but it doesn't happen. I could have this situationship, but it doesn't happen. I could have been with this one for a little bit, but it doesn't happen. What you have to do is look at your current situations and make it happen. That's the trick. That is the thing. But you gotta find that power that is inside of you, that it's hidden. Okay? Talking about Lilith and Libra relationships. Doesn't matter what the relationships are. All right, and within the last hour, the ascendant is going to be between the both Liliths, the mean and the truth Lilith. Divine energy is going to be coming in from the North Node and Neptune. You open up that thing, you open up yourself, if you have not opened yourself yet in there, because some of you is open. Some of you knows what it is. Some of you are way too vulnerable, so you got hurt even more than that, but it's still open. Okay? So open to receive. This energy is going to be of the ascendant, is going to be a very powerful with the sun and Mercury, which is Mercury is going to be sending some energies into the intuition, that you are listening to your intuition. Because those who didn't listen to the intuitions, guess what? The moon in the South Node, it's opposing Neptune, Venus in there. You brought it, the past, into the present, and you repeat the same thing. You almost got it and you failed. You almost did it and you failed. You almost, and that's what this is looking in the astrology. Okay, so you can see that chart, and that's how this is going to be affecting you because of a lot of the emotions. Particularly, we're talking about that Venus is in Aries. Patience. One of the main things that people fail, it is the lack of patience. When you have a lot of patience and you have the balance within yourself, you are going through that transformations, you are listening the authority from within you, and you have a proper communications, things can lead you to that success, to that power, to that little bit of push. And when you go over the hump, you're like, now I understood. I have to be in the proper mindset. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. And if you have any comments, you can put them below the video. Thank you so much, guys. Be love. Wish you good luck. And again, happy Valentine's Day.